what is going on? So, I have shaved and I have a new look. So, bored with my beard, so tried something different. So, this is a video that been on my mind for a while. Um, I've done a handful of Star Wars vids in the past, and there's different ones and whatnot. But this one is more of like I guess, a follow up to how I feel about Star Wars. And it's a lot of stuff I've already said, so it'll be a little bit of recycled shit, but also new shit as well. So, if you don't know me, and you don't know how I feel about Star Wars, well, I used to love it. Now, not so much, because it's just, I don't know, it's boring as fuck. And it's stale. Like, when The Mandalorian Season 2 trailer came out, yeah, I watched it, but I didn't really feel much for it. I was like, whatever. So, it sucks. Um, what else? I haven't been into Star Wars since the Clone Wars ended back in May. And on top of that, I mean, I get bullshit for not liking the OT. Yeah, I fucking hate the OT. I don't care for it at all. Like, what? You're not a real Star Wars fan then. I don't really give a fuck. I can like what I want. So, I don't know. The OT to me is overrated, overhyped, and leaned on way too much to build product. Like, perfect example. Every time something new comes out that's not even tied to the OT, somehow Vader is at the front line of the merch. Always. It's so fucking stupid. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you don't need it every fucking time something new comes out. Like, it's the same figure, just a different size, or it's the same look. It's like, whatever. And I get flack for it. I don't really give a fuck. It's how I feel. I don't like it. I mean, like, I watched it. I don't care for it anymore. I tried to sit through it. It just doesn't do anything for me. There's no connection. There's whatever. And I've grown up with almost said three, all four trilogies. Yes, there are four trilogies. There's OT, the prequels, the sequels, and the standalone films as well. And I know a lot of people consider the Clone Wars movie an extended episode. Whatever, I don't care. I remember seeing that in theaters because I had the ticket stub for it. That was August 20. I could get the stubs, but I don't feel like moving. That was August 23rd, 2008, I think. That was an awesome fucking day watching that in theaters. Wow. So cool. And then my wholehearted introduction to it was Attack of the Clones. So I'll go with the prequels more. And it was just such a breath of fresh air. It was nice shit. It was amazing and stuff, and I loved it so much. But I've just grown out of it. It's so basic and flawed, and not Attack of the Clones, the whole Star Wars saga as a whole is just flawed. Like, the main problem is they stick too much to JVS. That's Jedi versus Sith. Um, I mean, it's so basic, and I mean, it's cool and basic, but there's so much better shit than that. I mean, literally, if it's a new trilogy and you have JVS, it's new hilts, new colors, new enemy, new hero, battles, and then whoever is gonna win, dies, all that shit. It's so basic. Another thing I don't like is how every show has to have a force user. That is kind of shitty and stupid and detracts from what the show could be. Like, The Mandalorian was on a roll. I was excited for The Mandalorian. I love season 1. It's good shit. But it doesn't need the fucking kid. The kid can go fucking die. I don't give a shit about damn child. That fucking die. I want the child to die. Ugh. Can't stand that shit. It's just, it's so frustrating. It's like, you don't need a force user in every show to keep your product above water, you know? Like, ugh, I don't know. I mean, if it was autonomous from JVS, it would do a lot better. Like, I would take a supercut of The Mandalorian with no force users, except for that episode where the kid gets his ass beat. That was awesome. That made me so happy. I cheered so much. So happy for that shit. Um, there are, like, there's issues. Like, the main issue is the JVS. That's the biggest issue. Now, I've sat through all 4 trilogies, and the reliance is just, I don't know, it's so frustrating sometimes. It's like, their biggest issue next to JVS is sidelining characters. And, you know, I'm talking about John Boyega and all that, and numerous others. Like, I mean, I get John's frustration, I really do. But at the same time, having him on the poster with a lightsaber was a very clever way of uh, foreshadowing, or no, hiding Rey in disguise. Like, that was really that was really cool. But yeah, sidelining characters is such a shitty thing to do. That's why I love Trek. I grew up with Trek. I've been a Trekker since I was a kid. I watched TNG with my grandmother. May she rest in peace. I miss her a lot still. But, like, when you compare Trek to Star Wars, Trek, and I've already done a whole series on this shit, but I'll just keep it brief. Highlights for that. Trek dominated the 90s. That's where Star Wars failed. They take care of they take care of all their characters. All their characters get fucking character evolution. It's beautiful. I love it. That's where Star Wars fails. Their main focus is always, you know, JVS, and then, you know, a couple key side characters that are important ish. What else was there? I mean, like, that was the biggest thing that really pissed me off the most, that in this generation of Star Wars, they don't really give a fuck about side characters that much. They just, you know, throw them in there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're okay, you're cool, whatever." Like, they don't care about giving them evolution. They just stick them in there and it's like, boom, done. uh, um, what else was there? I wish they would move away from OT reliance, because that's such a drag down. I was like, we need a new Vader series. That shit's so stupid. Like, you keep building on this motherfucker and he becomes so stupidly OP, it's dumb. um, Another thing I think, well, I can't spit the word out. Another thing I get flack for is, I see, and I've done a 2-part vid, 2 or 3 part vid on this, was the 5 sides of Anakin, and how I separate Anakin from Vader. And it's kind of funny. It's like, whatever. I mean, I don't get mad about the shit. I'm just like, I wish Star Wars wasn't such a copycat of Trek. I mean, yeah, it does its own thing, but it does lack the, what does it lack? It lacks diversity. It's late in the game with diversity. It really is late in the fucking game with that shit. Like, No joke. It's fucking late on that. Ugh. That, yeah. So, JVS, characters, yeah. Secondary characters getting sidelined, and diversity. I mean, yeah, they have diversity now, but they're still slow on the draw with that shit. Like, ugh. Like with Rise of Skywalker, they threw in the first on-screen lesbian kiss. Ooh, big fucking deal. Meanwhile, they've already had a few, and I mean a few. Like, there's only like, from what I remember, because I have listened to the audiobooks and played the games, I think a low ball number, because I don't know all my characters' names now. About low ball 20 LGBT characters over the years. I might be off on that, but yeah, they introduce them and they don't really like build up on that shit, and it's like, dude, you do realize what era we're in, right? Like, we're in the progressive forward age, and it's like, ooh, that's one. It's so frustrating. Um, like for me personally, the only writing issues I have are with secondary characters. Like the main story, it's good. I don't see any issues. But I will say the books are better than the movies, and the movies are better than the books, and that can piss off a lot of people. And it's funny because it's like, it's truth right in your face, and you utterly deny it. But, that's just me. Um, what else is there? I know the sequels are. I mean, all of Star Wars is so flawed in various ways, and I've seen the different arguments. People have said that the main characters don't have any charisma, they don't have any character to them, they're boring. Mary Sue, I'm like, God. It's like the one thing that was brought up in a tweet. I forget who the dude was, but he said that everybody was expecting Rey's journey to be like Luke's, and when it didn't turn out like Luke's, people were pissed. And there's also the group of misogynistic assholes who have the toxic hive mind narrative mentality of a woman can't save the day or save the galaxy or any of that bullshit. And they want to cry SJW. You sound fucking stupid. Oh my god. Like, SJW is such a stupid term because that's been around since Trek. Yeah, Trek started that shit. No, not Trek. I'm sorry. DC and Marvel started that shit. Social justice warriors? Let's see. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, the Justice League, the Avengers, the X-Men. I mean, hell. They pioneered diversity. And then Trek took it to a bigger scale and did it on TV. And Star Wars was like, oh, we'll do the same thing. We'll just do it a little slow. Let me copy your homework. Ugh, it's so funny. It's funny because everybody has an opinion on the franchise. But they're like assholes. Everybody's got one. They're not all right. Even my opinion ain't right. And I accept that. But it's what I believe in, it's what I see. And there's also Gen Gap between the fandom as well. And there's the toxic parasites that need to go fuck off and die. Um like there was that one dude, Steve, doing, that's the one thing I hate about that shit. Everybody was doing artwork of characters, and one of them drew Rey with huge tits and said, "There, now she's a better character." And I'm like, she's not a better character because she has big tits, you fucking idiot. That incel shit. And Steve from the Phantom Menace was redrawing characters to make them look more aggressive and sexual. And I'm like, why are you doing that to a 16-year-old? Dumb motherfucker. And that was when the High Republic artwork was released. So, I don't know. It's so dumb, and it's the pettiest shit I've seen on Twitter. Like, Star Wars Twitter is so toxic, but there are a few good heads there that you can talk to. Not everybody's bad. That's the thing. Not everybody is bad in the fandom. You just gotta root through and find assholes that are, being fucking idiots and acting like fags, and just block and move on. Plain and simple. Don't engage them. Don't give them any light of day. Just tell them fuck off and block. Easy as pie. Now I kind of want a cinnamon pie. No, pumpkin pie. Because it's that time of the year. Not so much. Ugh, fucking Mean Girls. Love that movie. Gretchen. So, yeah, I don't know, the fandom, I want to get back into Star Wars, but at the same time, the toxicity and the disdain for how it is and the overall lack of attention to stuff that they're trying to do isn't recognized. Like, it really does, discourage you. I still collect Star Wars toys and memorabilia. I like the fan art that I see every day. I'm tongue tied. Like, I follow a lot of artists on Twitter, so my feed is like 99 notifications of different artworks and shit, and some of it's good stuff, some of it I don't like. But most of it I tend to keep because it's interesting. It's a good take. And I wish some of them would get picked up by Lucasfilm for different projects. But as I learned through Venomous, aka Eli Hyder, on Instagram, this was I gotta think back. Was this Force Awakens time? I'll say about 4 or 5 years ago, he did a Star Wars fan art thing. I forget what the hell sketch it was. It was either, oh no, I was mad at him for drawing up Kylo, not Kylo, Finn's demise of Kylo's hands. So it might have been 2015 or so. And I asked them, like, I'm surprised you haven't been picked up by Disney or Lucasfilm. And they're like, no, they would take 60% of the commission or something. I forget. And that's why he didn't want to be a part of that. Because, they take the chunk of the commission price and then he gets what's left. It was like 60%, 60 or 70% versus the 30 or 40 he would get. So I learned something that day. I was like, oh, okay. And, I got my fanfic that I've written over the past, started it in 2002 and subsequently finished it this year. So over 18 years, it took me 18 years to get the trilogy done. Because it was finished in 2008. And then, actually, our anniversary is coming up next month. Cool. And it took me so long to get everything done. And I love it. And it's all on Wattpad, organized neatly. And I love it. It's all there. It's so beautiful. And my Wattpad is Immortal Beloved 89. All one word. So if you want to check that shit out, you can. So, But yeah, like everybody wants to criticize the hell out of the fandom, but they don't want to accept that it has issues. Or they love it so much, but they're so blind to the issues. Like, how can you be that blind to the issues of it? Like, it's not perfect, it's flawed. Accept the flaws, you're good to go. So, that's what I got. And I'm gonna get off here because my bladder's starting to yell at me. It's like, get out of bed, go piss, motherfucker! So I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So, till next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.